Hi, I'll be going over the Umpire process for ordered frequencies. So for understand, we're given a string. So we're given a string. Our input is a string, and then we want to. Our output should be each word and the frequency. Let me see, the frequency in descending order. Frequency of each word in descending order. Should be in descending order. Okay, and then let's see, so some examples. So if we're given fa, let's see. So if we're given let's say fa la 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 la. So those are our inputs. Then our output should be let me see the format. Should be so I think this is in the tuple, so should be la. Okay, because we want descending order, so it should be la, and then la 1 2 3 4 5, la 5, and then fa 1. That should be a pair. So yeah, so it should be like tuples or pairs. I believe they might be tuples, but pairs. Yeah, so they want to be like in a list. Sorry, like list, pairs in a list. Okay, and then let's see. Then if our input is something like la la, then our output should be la la, and then it should be 1. So yeah, that's what we're looking for in this problem. So in terms of matching, I think I have seen similar poems before, so looking at the frequency of words. So looking at the frequency of words, iterating through strings, using lists. So my plan, since it asked for like pairs, my first thought was like a dictionary, but obviously it's kind of different, but we can like convert a dictionary. So first I would like remove special characters, and then I would create a dictionary. And then I would make the string lowercase because like fa is supposed to be in lowercase. Then I would use a loop to iterate over the string. And then use an inner loop to get substrings. And then I think the way I did it, I might still be dealing with commas in my substrings, so I would remove commas using the strip method. check if then like store, so then store the substring. Oh wait, this should happen before you move the comma. So use an inner loop to get substrings and store the substring in a variable. Again, remove commas from the substring using a strip method. Then check if the substring is in the dictionary. If it's not, set its value to 1. Otherwise, like if you have seen it before, increase the value by 1. Then if either check happens, I just want I to equal j and go to the next iteration of the outer loop. And go to the next iteration of the outer loop. Otherwise, increase I by j plus 1. So the next character after j. And then the way I did it, I would just convert the dictionary to a list, then sort the list by value in descending order. Okay, so we have strA, right? So this is the string that we're given, strA. Well, this is implement. So we're in the implement stage. So we have strA. Then I would just use the replace method to remove parentheses and like apostrophes, or not apostrophes but quotation marks, like single quotations. Because I have some familiarity with the problem, and those are the kind of examples that we're dealing with, right? So like some of them have apostrophes, and then you're not going to be able to, or single quotations, and you're not going to be able to like count those values, or you're not going to be able to output the correct format. So yeah, so you're going to move, in parentheses you have to remove those as well to be able to count the correct values. So I just want to move the parentheses and the single, like, I'm not sure what to call it, but single quotation. Right, so we're just removing that, and then moving a single quotation. We should be able to move commas too, I think, right? So I'll just try to move the commas here. See if that works. Remove yeah, so just moving a comma too. Then we create a dictionary, we can call it scene. Then we make our string lowercase. So I equals 0. And then for our the outer loop, right? So while I is less than len strA, so we just want to iterate over the string that we're given. Then we use a second inner loop, so j equals I. And so while j is less than len strA, so we don't go over the length of our string, and straj does not equal like a white space, and str I'll also put a comma, but or yeah, we actually, I think the way before I put a comma, but we wouldn't need to do that if the replace is correct, I think, right? So I'll just leave it like that, and then we're just continuing on the loop, increasing the value of j. And so we have a substring, so we're storing the substring. So this inner loop is to find the substrings, right? So str underscore a from I to j. And then, so then we're just using the strip method. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if we would still need to do this, but I did do this to like remove like commas and white space, but we can just do it just in case. So if substring not in scene, right? So we're checking if our substring is not in our dictionary, then we'll just update our substring. We'll add the substring with a value of 1, and then we'll have I equal j, and then we'll just continue on to the next iteration of the outer loop. Otherwise, we want to update our substring value by 1. Then we still want to increase, have I equal j, and then continue on with our outer loop. But if none of that happens, right, then we still want to make sure that I increases by j plus 1. So onto the next, looking at the next char after j, and then hopefully the next substring. So then we just want to change our dictionary to a list. So we use scene equals list scene the items. So we change it to a list with like the key, with like the pairs. And then we just want to sort it. So we'll do scene equals, we use the sorted method, scene, and then key equals lambda, and x, so by the values. And then, we're trying to do it in descending order, so reverse equals true. And then at the end, we just want to return scene. Oh, this shouldn't be in the while loop, so like that. Okay, and let's see if we get it. Nice, so we're able to get all 3 test cases. Yeah, it looks like it works. Awesome. And then, so yeah, I think for the time and space complexity, so evaluate. I think time is O of n times m, because our n is dependent on our string, and then m is dependent like on our substring, and if we're finding a white space or not, right? And then space, I'm going to say is O of n, because our space isn't really constant. It depends like on our dictionary, and like how many words how many substrings we're seeing and their frequencies, right? So I believe that's O of n, but I could be wrong about that. But thank you. That's my solution for the ordered frequencies problem.